Just a reminder that these videos are made for adult doll collectors or adults buying dolls for others. This is not a video for children. Viewer discretion is advised. Thank you very much for listening. Hello Internet! My name is Kelsey and welcome back to my closet. So today guys, we're gonna do something a little bit different from how I would normally do a video about miniatures. Instead of doing one dedicated video for one specific brand, I have two different ones, two different capsules to look at, and even though they're not perfectly comparable, we're gonna kind of compare the experience, I guess, of opening Miniverse Make It Mini Spa and Mini Brands Create Garden. Obviously these would be more comparable to a Make It Mini Lifestyle because these spa ones are a little more involved from what I've seen so far, but I only got one of each and it felt silly to make one video for one capsule. This one was $7.99, this one was $9.99, and I tried to shake them around. You could definitely hear and feel the difference in the Mini Brands one, especially now that they got rid of the wedges for good. And then this one felt like one of the lighter capsules of the ones that I felt, because I really want to get the bath bomb one so we can actually see the bath bomb, and I figured the ones that were heavier probably have the little jars for the bath salts in them, or scrubs or whatever they are, so I went for a lighter one. First of all, here is the barcode for Make It Mini Spa, and I'm pretty sure that these are out in Targets and on Amazon, readily available. Here is the barcode for Make It Mini Garden. I'm not sure if these are coming out everywhere or if they're just at Target right now. That's where I got mine. Let's take a quick look at the outside here. So we have Miniverse Make It Mini Spa Series 1, and you can see the powder and the little bottle pouring in, I guess, the smell. They're scented. And of course, it says real. These actually work as real bath bombs and things. It's just they're tiny, so you'd have to throw all of them in at once to actually get like a human-sized bath bomb experience. We will, if this is a bath bomb, we will demonstrate with some water how it looks when it fizzes up and everything. But it's kind of cool because most of the Miniverse and Make It Mini stuff so far has just been like, oh, it's a miniature version of this real life thing. Now it's a miniature version of this real life thing that actually works like intended. MGA is really putting all their heart and soul into Miniverse and Make It Mini, which, you know, I can't be mad at, even though it also means that they're taking away from, well. And then on to Mini Brands Create. On this side it says Garden. We've got a little vine. And on this side it says create your own cute mini garden. I'm really hoping, based on the sound, that I got a vase of some kind for some flowers. That's what I was really looking forward to getting. Or the cloche. The super rare one is a rose cloche, and that's supposed to be scented, I think. I am going to start with this one because it's gonna be less messy. I like too that the wrappers are becoming more of a matte finish for all of the Mini Brands capsules now, because they're working more with recycled plastic. That's another great thing about getting rid of the wedges, because it means the capsules are more recyclable. And yet they haven't figured out how to make these wrappers easier to open. Alright, so here's what we get inside. And, oh, magic UV glue. So it does come with resin. I didn't think it came with resin still. I thought that the garden ones were just kind of like snap them together and you're done. We have a couple bags. The collector's guide. I wonder which one we should open first. This feels like the container in which the plant is going. Let's open it and find out. Ah! So it is all in pieces. We did not get the rose, but we did get some cute little flowers. So firstly, there's this plastic gray pot, and this piece was separated inside of the bag. It's fake dirt, has spots where you're supposed to snap the flowers in, and the pot is undetailed all the way around. flat on the bottom. Now that I put the dirt in, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it back out. And then there were a bunch of pieces of a plant. So we have these stems. They're long, green, little curled. There are little buds at the ends here and tiny branches, I think, are supposed to connect the flowers, and they have pegs at the bottom. There was also a tiny green trowel so that you can scoop your dirt. Maybe this would allow me to get this back out, or maybe I'm gonna break it. Yeah, I'm gonna break it. Then we have a bunch of these flowers. This is what the flower looks like. Some kind of a daisy, daffodil thing. I don't really know flowers that well. They are a smooth, bendable kind of plastic, almost a velveteen texture to simulate flower petals. It makes it feel a little bit more realistic. We've got the yellow piece in the middle, and then there's a green part on the back with a hole in it, which is, I guess, how you attach it to the stems. There were a whole bunch of these flowers, so 11 flower heads, I guess we'll call them. We have these big leaves on some stems, different sizes. There's a longer one and a shorter one. They're a flexible, rubbery material. There's little grooves in the center, and there's what the bottoms look like, so I think these are supposed to go in here. It goes like that. Then these go inside here. So that kind of gives us an idea of what the plant is gonna look like, and then the flowers will go on there. Oh, and there was one more thing. A little tiny ladybug, super cute. It's just a little plastic cap. And on the underside has an area where you could snap it onto one of the branches, I guess. But that makes me wonder what this is then, because it seems like we have everything that we need in here. Actually, it feels like another pot. Oh, so you get 2 plants. Okay, I thought you only get 1 plant per capsule, but we got a succulent. Since I didn't show you what the dirt looked like outside of the other pot, here is what the dirt looks like. It's a round piece of plastic with some texture, and there's a peg here. And then you pop it right into the pot. It fits nice and snug. And this pot is supposed to look kind of like terracotta because it's got that orangey clay color. And it's flat on the bottom. And then here's our little succulent, which you can just push into the dirt. So it is one... I don't know what to call this one. The leaves are all different shades of green, so that's nice. You got some darker shades on the bottom and then lighter towards the top. But it's a pretty standard succulent sort of configuration, I guess. Again, made of that rubbery kind of plastic, so you can move it around. I like myself a little doll succulent. I have some from Make It Mini, so this is a good one to compare actually, because I have a similar one from Miniverse, but we'll look at that in a minute. But this brings me to this. You can definitely put both of these plants together without resin. There's no reason to even include the resin because, I mean, everything snaps on. Even the little flower heads just snap onto the branch. There's no need for the resin, so I don't know why they included it. This is the same price as a regular Mini Brands capsule, so it's not even like it was more expensive to include the resin. This is very weird. I don't know why you would bother with the mess of that when you don't have to. Anyway, let's look at the collector's guide real quick. Here is the front. It says Mini Brands Garden, and unlike the other Mini Brands, this one actually opens horizontally. We got this little guy right there, the little succulent. So it doesn't have a name or anything to tell you what kind of flower it is. I think I understand now. On this side, it says surprise succulent, and it just shows all of the succulents that you can get. So I guess every capsule has a flower, but then you also get a succulent along with it, but you don't know which one you're gonna get. But this part shows how you put the flower together, and the resin, they want you to use it to make little rain droplets on the leaves for decorative purposes, and also to attach the ladybug. And that's how the flowers are supposed to look at the end. What I'm gonna do is put the rest of this flower together, and then we'll see what it looks like, and we'll do a quick comparison to the Make It Mini lifestyle plants. Okay. So here's how my little flower is looking. I still don't know what kind of flower this is, so any of you botanists out there in the comments section, let me know. One thing I really like is that since you're attaching the flowers individually yourself, you can arrange their position a little bit so that they're not all facing the same direction, which kind of gives them a little more of a natural look. And I definitely do like the fact that you don't have to use the resin for this, but as you can see, they are a little cartoony looking, and especially with the plastic dirt. One thing that I love about the mini lifestyle ones is that it has that kinetic sand dirt. So again, you don't need resin, and it's still not really messy because you can just stuff the dirt in there easily and it looks more real. Having this molded plastic dirt like this, it's very Barbie house accessory. I mean, Mini Brands has exceeded my expectations so many times, and especially in mini fashion with the detail and the quality of their things. So these feel a little bit under par for Mini Brands. The succulent, I would say, is a little bit better, and you can't really see the dirt under here as much, but this is a little, it's not as nice looking as the Make It Mini ones. Plus the fact that the greenery part of it, it's all, at least on the flowers here, the stems and the leaves are all one solid color of green. There's no detailing in the veins of the leaves. It leaves a little bit to be desired. I said it in the video where, you know, in the news video where I talked about them, they're a little cartoony. Maybe that doesn't bother some people. I mean, it doesn't bother me to the point where I'm like, oh, this is disgusting, get it out of my face. But when you have other things to compare it to that are a little more realistic, then you're kind of like, well, maybe I would spring the extra $2 to get something a little more realistic. That's the other thing though. Considering the fact that you get 2 plants with, you know, all these pieces and everything, plus the resin, and it's $2 cheaper than Miniverse, maybe it makes more financial sense for you to get these. And maybe if you're crafty, you can paint over the dirt with a little dry brushing or whatever to make it look a little bit more realistic. But just to put a little bit more perspective on it, let's look at some flowers that I have from Make It Mini Lifestyle. These are from the Home series. They are also, they're very plasticky. The petals are not that soft, velvety feeling the way that the Mini Brands ones are. This is more just all made of that rubbery plastic. But I feel like the shade of green that they chose for the stems is a little more realistic to what greenery is. I will point out this leaf here. See, they just, that one little touch of the pink down the center of the leaf compared to the leaves on this plant, this one looks more like a miniature leaf. Plus they have all those little grooves for even more texture. I believe they were a little bit cheaper than the main series of Make It Mini, if I'm not mistaken. So they are a little more comparable to Mini Brands Garden. These ones are also from Miniverse. The petals are all molded plastic, but the middle parts with the stamens have extra painted detail and texture to the molding that make them look more realistic. So while they don't look as much like actual petals or feel like petals that, you know, when you touch them, there's still something more realistic about this one. This just reminds me more, like I said, it's cartoony. It also reminds me of fake flowers you get in the craft store. I don't think it's a bad thing, but I'm not as wowed by these as I tend to be by these. I also have a Miniverse succulent here, which is the same kind of succulent as this one, just in a different color. Here you can see the dirt. You can put in as much or as little as you want when you're putting your plants together. Also, the succulent has kind of a little pinkish, purpley sheen on the underside. These kind of succulents tend to have an ombre look. That's kind of what they were going for here with having the dark leaves into the lighter leaves. sleeves, but again, there's just something a little bit more real about this one. Also, the terrarium part itself is just a little nicer looking than this plain pot. If they had made the planter maybe a little more interesting too, for instance, because I have another cactus. I got a lot of cacti. This one is from Miniverse, and it has a design to the actual planter. Just a little bit more visual interest, plus this one also came with a stand to put it on. So there's a lot more going on, I think, in the Miniverse ones, and part of me is thinking that mini brands did this really just to hurry up and compete with Miniverse. I don't know, maybe with more series they would get a little bit more detail. Even the trowel that comes with Miniverse actually has a silver scoop and a brown handle, so it looks real. This, it's Barbie accessory because it's one solid color, and the plastic is pretty thin. And we didn't even need it because there was nothing to scoop. So yeah, that was Mini Brand's garden. For the price that it is, it's not terrible value-wise, but if you have the funds to get Miniverse instead, if you want some really nice miniature plants for your dolls, I would say go for Miniverse, because this is it's not the best thing that I've ever had from Zuru, which I'm kind of disappointed to say because I'm really behind Zuru and all their miniatures. You know, mini fashion always blows my mind every time they make them, but I don't know, they need a little work. So hopefully in the future they will do that. I feel like they are pretty good at listening to critiques. Alright, so let's look at Miniverse Make It Mini Spa. I am so excited about this. These are so cool. Here is what the capsule looks like without the wrapper. So if you have seen other Miniverse Make It Mini capsules before, usually the top and the bottom come off, but this time the bottom is one solid piece because this is our little bathtub that we're going to put our mini spa products in. And then we just have one little cap thing here. It is bath bombs, the bath bomb mold. Yay! Ah, my instincts were right for once. So we've got our directions, and then we've got all of our bath product makings. Oh my god, there's so much stuff in this one. Holy crap, there are so many bags. See, that's the only thing I'll say about Miniverse Make It Mini stuff is there are so many moving parts. So it really is, it's more of an experience to do one of these ones compared to the Mini Brands Create that we just did, but it also just creates a lot of waste. Here is the bath bomb mold, and it comes in a little clear box with a sleeve over top of it. Shows little bubbles in the top corner. It says Sunnyside Spa, and then again bath bomb mold with a little barcode, the Miniverse M on the bottom here, and you get two molds inside here. They're both the same, so I'll just show you one. This is the mold. So both of these parts come out of this plastic cylinder, and you can see it's rounded at the top and the bottom. Maybe we should look at the instructions first. Make It Mini Spa Series 1. This is the collector's guide, and it shows you all of the products that you can get. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of bath bombs. I figured I had a pretty good chance of getting a bath bomb because they're literally 50% chance of what you can get in these capsules. There's 3 sugar scrubs, as you can see here, and 2 soaps. I definitely want to go back for the sugar scrubs and the soaps at some point, but I really wanted to start with the bath bomb because I know it's gonna be more exciting just to make it and then put it in the water. But the scrubs and the soaps look really cute too, just if I had a dollhouse bathroom to put them in, right? Okay, so apparently the collector's guide is telling us we got the pomegranate scented one, which is probably actually the scent that I am the least interested in. But it shows you all the items that you'll need to assemble it. So first of all, 16 drops of water. Oh no, 16 drops of the pomegranate scent. Then you put in the bath powder, you stir it up, and then you add in the fizzing powder, and then you put it in the mold, press the mold down for 60. Whoa, what? 60 minutes? I don't have 60 minutes. Are you kidding me? We're gonna have to do a speed run bath bomb. Although I could film something else in the meantime while it's sitting. It'll probably fall apart because we're not pressing it for long enough. But then you take the mold apart and then you stack them in your tray and then you throw them in the water. I think you can get a pretty decent amount of bath bombs out of this because you get 2 bags of the fizzy powder and 2 bags of the bath bomb powder. So if you wanted to, you don't have to make all of them at once. Here is the bath bomb powder. It's got a little bubble in a bathtub. You can see that the powder is pink. Then we have the fizzy powder. Again, says Sunnyside Spa up there. Got bubbles. It says get fizzy with it. 100% fizzy, Sunnyside Spa. And now we get into the bags. This one feels like the tray, which is a yellowy plastic with wood grain molded in. It looks like there's 2 planks on either side. Next up, we have a spa-tacular day with a little round shaped character with cucumbers and towels in a bathtub. And this is, oh, another tray. The heck are these? Oh, those are the feet of the bathtub. I was like, why are there feet in here? Like, what are these weird legs? So we got this, which is a tray to go across the bathtub, sort of. It's a little bit narrow. Oh well, it's not working the way I want it to. But it is one of those slotted trays that you would put over a bathtub so that you could put your soaps or your book or whatever while you're enjoying your soak. And again, it has some molded texture in it. And then we have these 4 pearly pink legs for our little bathtub. And that is what our little bathtub is looking like with the legs. Now, this says, get fizzy with it. And inside, yes, the tiny loofah. Ah, this is one of the things that I'm like, I was so excited about getting with this. Oh, it's so cute. I love it. It's a tiny loofah. It's made of a really soft mesh that is tied up to look like a loofah, and it has the little string on it so you can hang it over the faucet. And this one's purple. And then you also got this little bowl, which once you're done using it for the bath bomb making, you could probably use this for like a doll salad bowl. This one has a little bottle on the front that says Sunnyside Spa. It is our pomegranate essential scents. So it's a tiny, tiny bottle of scented oil, I guess, or I mean, I guess it's essential oil, right? So cute and tiny. And then finally, this bag has some tools on the front. I guess means that this is the stuff that we're gonna... This bag is empty. This bag is literally empty. There's nothing in here. I mean, I thought there was gonna be like an eyedropper or something for the smell, because that's what it made it seem like on the instructions. There is nothing in here. They forgot to give me an eyedropper or a spoon. They gave me an empty bag. What the heck is this? What the heck? I'm just gonna have to eyeball it. Well, here we go. We're gonna make a mini bath bomb. I'm gonna tilt the camera down. Here is our tiny little bath bomb making area, and actually I'm gonna put this inside of this. So pomegranate smell is almost like a raspberry cherry mix. But anyway, we're only supposed to do 16 drops, and I don't know how I'm gonna do 16 drops without an eyedropper, but I guess since there's 2 sets of bags, I'm just gonna eyeball about half of this bottle. It doesn't even really coat the whole bottom of the bowl. And then it says to mix in the bath bomb powder. And since we didn't get a spoon, I guess I'll use the mini garden trowel. Throw in the bag of powder, mix it up. So it's kind of looking like wet sand. I don't know if that's the right texture, but let's hope so. And then you add the fizzy powder. It kind of surprises me that there's not more liquid in this to help it be a little more solid. I wonder if I put enough of the scent in, because I guess that's the only liquid that's in this. Here's what it's kind of looking like. Let's get this little bit off of there. Again, kind of like wet sand, a little grainy. It didn't totally mix the pink and the white together, but I guess that's all that the instructions say to do. So now it's time to put it in our little tiny molds. And you're supposed to stack it up based on the instructions a little bit above the clear part. Let's scoop some in. That took a lot more of the... Oh no! Well, that can happen. Good thing I was doing it over top of here. If it got in this rug, we'd be doomed. All right, I'm gonna hold this carefully. Yeah, it fills up a little bit more than I thought. Like, you need more than I thought you would need, so maybe you won't be able to make a lot of bath bombs. But I'm pressing it in to make it nice and tight, and you're supposed to leave it for 60 minutes. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, but definitely not a full 60 minutes. I'll film another video and then come back and we'll check on this. All right, guys, it's been about a half an hour. That's about half the time that you're supposed to let these bath bombs sit, but I gotta start cleaning up. And I'm ready to see our bath bomb. So here we go. Pull off the top. I think it worked. I think we have a bath bomb. Look at that. That is, oh, well, it was a bath bomb. No! All right, so this time we're gonna open this second one over top of the little tub. I put some water in here, so this way, if it breaks into pieces, at least it'll be over top of the tub and we can see the actual fizzing of it. So I'm gonna try to get it out in the bottom half of the mold. And I'm gonna carefully hold it so you guys can see the bath bomby details. It's got the, no! Okay, well, I tried. I really did. They weren't kidding when they said put it in for an hour. And now I've got bath bomb dust all over my new rug and my old rug. Also, this water that I have is not 98 degrees, so that's also why it's not fizzing as much, but you can kind of see some of the bubbles. It does smell good. Don't follow my exact instructions. I was kind of, you know, doing it the lazy and fast way instead of the right way. So now we know. You can't cheat on this one. So with that, guys, that is the end of the video. It was kind of a wild ride between the plants and the bath bombs and the mess. I always somehow, with these mini make it lifestyle things and crafts and everything, I make such a mess all the time. Or anytime there's like a water element, like color reveal, or like the glow up girls, when I did that, I still have the stain in my carpet from the glow up girls. Do you realize that? That was like 3 years ago. Wow, I have been doing this for a long time. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know if you liked this, like combining two different things into one video, if you would prefer that I keep brands separated. Let me know what you think of Mini Brands Create Garden and Miniverse Make It Mini Spa. Which one did you like better? Personally, even though the bath bombs didn't work, I know that was my own fault. So I really like this. I really want to get more of these. These are not bad. Maybe if they were on sale I would get more, but I'm not like super eager. Anyway, thanks so much for watching the video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share the video with your friends, and until next time, bye. This is weird. These things don't talk. Bye!